Hello and welcome back to the second part of this video of 2024 NFL Draft Magazine, which I'm showing you guys right now. In the first video, I just named all the players from quarterbacks, running backs, wide receiver, tight ends, offensive linemen, guards, all the way to tight ends, defense, defensive end, defensive tackles, edge rushers, linebackers, defensive backs, and safeties. That was named in the first video. Second video right here, I'm gonna try to give you the guys of the books right quick. So this is the books right here. It tells you top 100. That's what that is there. Top 100 that shows it all, and it's a production versus projection. What that is there. And it has all. It has quarterbacks, running backs, wide receiver, tight ends, offensive tackles, guards, edge rushers, defensive linemen, linebackers, cornerbacks, and safeties. It just telling you the ones that are it's a production and it's a projection, and that's how they got it all named. That the production and projection, and that's what they got it all here. So that's a lot to talk about. Okay, it says here. Okay, let's go and get right to it. Quarterback, Joe Mixon. Production, projection, Joe Milton. Then running back, it has Ray Davis, and production and projection, Javon Wright. Wide receiver, it has Ladd McConkey. Then at production and projection is Adonai Mitchell. Then tight end production has Ben Sinnott. Then projection, Jaheim Bell. Offensive tackle has Troy Fautanu. And production and projection has Amarius Mims. And then the arterial offensive line has Cooper Beebe. For production and projection has Tanner Bortolini. And edge rusher, it has production Javon Solomon, and then projection Jalix Hunt. And then on defensive lineman, they got production Braden Fisk, projection Mason Smith, linebacker production Jeremiah Trotter II, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I'm sorry. Then it said projection Trayvon Wallace. Then cornerback production Jarvis Brownie, projection Andrew Phillips. Safety has production Tyke Smith, projection Sonny Volke from Utah. That's it for that part. And it has the new knowing what it says there. It's just a bunch of reading has to be read. Then it has assessment of underclass, which is right there. And underclassmen, the slam dunks right here. Quarterback Caleb Williams, running back Trey Benson, wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr., tight end Brock Bowers, offensive lineman J.C. Latham, edge rusher Johan Ellis, and two defensive linemen had Byron Murphy, linebacker Jeremiah Trotter Jr., cornerback Cooper DeJean, safety Cole Bishop. Then it says here the head scratchers. Drake May, Jaden Sheridan, wide receiver, Adonai Mitchell, Mikhail, that's Mitchell. Then tight end had Ben Sinnott. Offensive lineman, it has Kaiten Amagadi, I think I'm pronouncing that right. And edge rusher Austin Booker. Two defensive linemen Leonard Taylor III. Then linebacker James Williams, cornerback Kalen King, and safety Sion Volke. Those are your head scratchers and your slam dunks. And it has the draft list right there. That list is impressive. Now I'm not gonna say we drafted because it's way too many of them. You go from 10 to 1. There's way too many of them, so I'm not gonna go there. And then it has your teams. Now last year and previous draft magazines before the last one, you'd have all the NFL teams by alphabetical order. This year they got them by division. Buffalo Bills it's the AFC North, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, and the Jets. So that's how they got them listed, and they got them all listed by the roster resets, draft plans. Then they got by the numbers, which is their records, and where they finish at, and what it has there. There's a whole lot of that mentioning here, and there's a lot of question marks at some of the positions that the teams are going to pick. So that means that this is probably going to be the most important NFL draft ever by any means necessary, because a lot of these positions that's going to be looked at is going to be quarterback, linebacker, and probably running back. Because if you remember now, I told you running backs this year is going to be it's going to start from the second round all the way down to the sixth, if I'm not correct. Yeah, from sixth. Yeah, I was right. So the question mark will be at running back, question mark will be at quarterback, and question mark probably will be at linebacker. Because those are your three positions that will be a question going into this draft, because so many guys are going to be bust. So many guys are not going to be proven players, which means they probably want to sitting behind players before they get a chance to play, or they learn the NFL system before they go. And you're gonna be looking for players that can start right away, or you'll be looking for players that can start 2 or 3 years down the road. That's what they're going to be consist of. And the way it is set up now, this is probably the most curious NFL draft to date, because there are no bona fide players by position in this NFL draft. A lot of these could be question mark, but running back, linebacker, and running back are your more questionable positions, like I mentioned. And so that's what you got to make a quick decision, or make a slight decision as to who you want to be the starter, or to sit back 2 or 3 years behind other players before you get a chance to start, because you really won't know what you have until they start. You really won't know. So I'm looking for the Philadelphia Eagles, so I can show you what they are. With me being an Eagle fan, you'll notice that where I'm going to coming from here. I'm gonna read theirs. The rest of them don't matter, so I'm gonna read the Eagles right quick, so you get some idea of where we are looked at upon. Here we go. Philadelphia Eagles right there. All right, here we go. It said roster resets, edge rusher, edge, Brandon Graham. But I'm not going to read all that too much. But they're saying the Eagles are going to pick an offensive tackle. We're looking at Tyler Gulton from Oklahoma. He being viewed as a first round pick, and they say he could be viewed as the heir apparent to Lane Johnson. We don't know for sure, but that will be looking at either offensive lineman or cornerback. That's our viewership going into this draft, tomorrow's draft. And by the numbers, the Eagles had a very terrible season. They went 11-6. Despite making the playoffs, losing in the first round by Tampa Bay Buccaneers by a score of 31-3, I believe, or 31-7, someone along up in there. I don't know. It was a horrible loss. Total offense 8, rushing yards 8, passing yards 16, which is middle of the pack. Points scored 7th. Red zone 9th. Red zone was an issue. At the beginning of the season, they solved that. They solved them woes. Then had third down with 3rd, then possession with 10th. And total defense, the Eagles finished. Total defense was 26th in the league. That was bad, because the Eagles couldn't stop the run, couldn't stop the pass. Rushing yards 10th. Passing yards 31st. That's bad. Points allowed 30th. That's bad. Red zone 30th. That's bad. Third down 31st. That's bad. So the Eagles' major issues is on defense side of the football. If you can't stop nobody passing and rushing, you will have a difficult time getting back on the field offensively, because you're going to be out of sync. If your defense can't stop nobody, your offense can't put up points. If your offense can't put up points, your defense can't stop nobody. So you really can't put the stress on no part of your defense or offense to win the football game. So the Eagles went out and changed the entire coaching staff. They did well with that. We'll see how that go. Again, this is your boy, the Almighty Green Talents. Hope you comment, like, share, and subscribe to the video. Please like, and I am out of here. Enjoy tomorrow's draft.